we on? I can't see.
Yeah, yeah, we are.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Marissa, and this is Jen, the owner of Hideout Boutique Med Spa. And this is our very first IG Live. So, we have some questions for Jen. Well, actually, first of all, before we go into that, I just kind of wanted to take a moment to talk about, like, you know, everything that has happened with our community lately and everything. And it's kind of a lot to handle.
Yeah, it makes me really sad to like go around and see all the devastation that people are going through currently, and I just feel like no matter how much you try to help, it's not enough. So we've been trying to like do our part here, and like whatever proceeds will go to help people, and then, you know, on time off we're helping people clean their houses, or, you know, I brought a bunch of stuff that people donated here. We brought it over to Crystal with Gypsy Outlaw, and they donated it and distributed it to all kinds of communities that were in need. I know some of the girls here have been doing a lot. Andrea has been going to communities and helping get them supplies. So we are trying our hardest, and I just feel like it's never enough, but we want to thank all of our people who did donate and allowed us to bring those things to help even just a little bit.
Well, thank you. Okay, so some of the questions I have for you. First of all, how did you come up with the name for Hideout?
So people ask me this all the time, and it's like kind of weird story. Before I even had a place, I knew that I wanted a place. And I also knew I wanted clothes to be here. And in order to order from different distributors, you have to have a sales tax ID. And to get that, you have to have a business name. So I was sitting with my sister one night, and we were just talking, and like, I was like, what do you think about this name? And she's like, oh, I like it. And it just kind of like went from there. Like we made the LLC with that name, so I can order clothes to see like which kind of stores I liked to order from, like the quality of the clothes and the way they fit. And then once I did find a place, I already had that made, the LLC, so I was like, you know, like let's just keep it. It kind of fits. We are pretty hidden back here. People say all the time, this is the Hideout. So we just kind of went from there, and that's how they got the name.
I think I probably worked here for like a year before I knew that. Like I just always assumed that it was because we're so hard to find.
Yeah, all of our clients are like, this really is the Hideout. You guys are hard to find, but it just kind of fell into place. So
Awesome. So I want to ask, when did you know that you wanted to become an esthetician / med spa owner?
So I also do anesthesia at the hospital, and when I was in school for that, I happened to get my lashes done for the first time ever in Miami. And it was this cute little lash place. All they did was lashes, and I just remember thinking, like, this is awesome. Like, we don't have a place like that in Fort Myers, which we may have, but I didn't know of it.
And this was like about 10 years ago?
Yeah, this was like about 10 years ago. So lashes were just starting to kind of become popular. And like I said, there probably was places, but like I didn't know of them. So I just remember thinking, this is really cool. Like, we need this in Fort Myers. But I was in school, so like that was literally all the thought that I had of it. So that was the first time. And then once I finished school and I worked for a few years, I started thinking about it again. I was like, you know, I really want something like that here. And then I was like, well, if we're gonna do it, like, I don't want to do just lashes. What if those aren't popular anymore? So I want everything. Like, I love skincare. I love things to help people feel better about themselves. So that's where it kind of started.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people probably don't know, but Jen is an anesthesiology assistant at the hospital, so that requires obviously like a lot of school.
A lot of school.
Okay. And then we did get some questions from our followers too. And this is kind of a skincare question. How much does hydration play in plumping the skin and eliminating wrinkles?
So we all know we're told to like drink our water and, you know, make sure to drink so many ounces per day on your body weight or however many, like there's so many things that people say, and obviously that's very important. But you know, you do also need some topical hydration. We were talking earlier that you can drink a lot of water, but maybe your skin doesn't get the water it needs still because it's going to all your other important organs. So I think if you apply something topically, it's going to help, you know, bring moisture to the surface like a hyaluronic acid does. It pulls water to the surface of your skin. You know, and that's just going to make all your treatments so much more effective. It's going to give you that plumpiness and not look so dry and sunken in. I mean, you are, you know, you do skincare more than me, so you know more about this than I do probably.
I mean, I agree with everything you just said, and just like the more like, I don't know, like scientific, I don't know, explanation would be like the transepidermal water loss and how that affects the skin, and you know, your skin really needs to be hydrated in order to look plump and youthful and like that bouncy look to the skin that we all like. I never really like, I don't know, before I was an esthetician, I never put a lot of thought into hydrating my skin because I always was kind of on the oily side. But I realize now like how important it is to give the skin ingredients like hyaluronic acid, glycerin, ceramides, and how it really helps, you know, with anti-aging and all that.
For sure. And I mean, some of the treatments we do, if you're not hydrated enough, you're not going to get the results that you want. Like, you know, the Morpheus 8 or cavitation or like all these things that we do. If you're not hydrated properly, you're kind of wasting your money. Like, you need to really be hydrated before you come in for those treatments.
I heard you say there's someone you know that they check the hydration levels and they'll send them home.
Yeah, there's these special scales that you can stand on that when you stand on it, it tells you like your hydration level, and if it's not high enough, they'll just like send you home and they won't do the treatment. So that's how important it is, because you don't want to waste all your money and not get the results you want. And you know, from your perspective, you're spending all this money. And then from the spa perspective, we don't want to do these treatments on you if you're not properly prepped, because you're not going to get the results and you're going to think that what we're doing is just ineffective.
Another person was asking, any like skin sins that you have, like anything bad that you either used to do before you were an esthetician or maybe that you do now still.
Oh my gosh, I used to do so many bad things, like apricot scrub daily, like Stridex pads, all
pore strips.
Yeah, well, I had acne as a teen, so I would pick on my face all day long. Like, I'm super lucky that I don't have like really bad scarring, but you know, treatments here have helped from the scarring that I did get. I used to go to the beach all day and like maybe put sunscreen on my face like once if I was lucky, you know, all the things. So, you know, after being an esthetician, like literally that went through until I was an esthetician. Like, now I don't use apricot scrub. I use medical grade, you know, skincare. I'm wearing sunscreen every day, whether I'm outside or not. I'm still bad about, you know, drinking my water. I try to do my best, but I do know, like, if I have a treatment coming up, I definitely drink more than I normally would. I still find myself picking at things. Like, I'll yell at you all day long and tell you not to do it, but I do it sometimes. I do try to stop myself. How about you? Like, do you have things?
I mean, every once in a while, I will fall asleep with my makeup on.
Yeah.
And it kills me.
I don't wear a ton of makeup, so I don't always have that issue. Maybe mascara, but...
Yeah, but even if you don't... like,
no, yeah, you need to wash your face before bed regardless.
Yeah, like, even if you're not wearing makeup, your skin still has all kinds of bacteria and pollution sitting on the surface. And if you sleep with that still on your skin, like, it is going to age you. And, like, I think about that the next morning, and I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I'm, like, weird, and it's really hard for me to fall asleep if I didn't shower right before bed, so I don't have that issue so much. But I will say in the morning sometimes I'm not always the best. I do definitely put the sunscreen on, but, like... And, you know, do like a quick rinse, but it's probably not always as good. Like, my nighttime routine is way better than my morning routine.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because, like, I don't know, my nighttime routine is, like, my self-care time.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Like, I'm pouring all kinds of serums on myself. Like, but in the morning, I'm rushing, so I'm like...
that's the thing. I get up so early that I'm like, oh, sunscreen, lots of sunscreen.
Yeah, you do get up really early. Oh, my God. Let's see what else. Oh yeah. What do you see for Hideout over the next 5 years? Like, where do you see us delving into?
So, you know, like when we first started, we did like lashes and skincare, but like basic facials, like not a whole lot of in-depth treatments. We got Skin Pen fairly early, and we did Botox, like, you know, pretty soon after we opened, but we didn't have like some of the more advanced treatments or peels that we're doing now. So back then, my idea I had to grow was to like maybe have someone that did hair here and nails and kind of be like a one-stop shop with all of the beauty things. But as we've changed, I've just really fell in love with like medical grade and like products and treatments and stuff like that. So we've kind of gotten away from like the massage, which we did have when we first started. We've gotten away from that. Hair, nails, just really, I mean, we don't have room for it anyways, but it's just kind of not like the direction we're going. It's more like adding in more medical grade things like lasers, different treatments like that, like different peels that they have out there. And
Basically
then
making a change in the skin and seeing results.
yeah, definitely result driven, you know, things, but then also some holistic things. Like I would love to have like a salt room one day and a float tank and a cryo tank and all these things that, you know, help whole body experience along with like your skincare. So it's like you can come and hang out for a day and do different things. And it's not just like not just a facial, but you know, it's not just like that one treatment that you come for.
You could do like a whole day of
relaxation,
treatments.
get lots of results.
I love it. That sounds amazing. Okie dokie. Well, you guys, thank you so much. Do you have any more to say?
No, like just thank you to all of our followers and our clients and you for setting this up. And you know, once again, like we really do feel bad about everything that everyone's going through. Some of us at the spa are kind of going through it too. And if there's anything that anyone needs, please reach out and we will do our best to help in any way that we can. But we love you guys, and you guys have gotten us to this point, and we are forever grateful for that.
And we're gonna be this is gonna be like a series, and we're gonna do an Instagram live every week on Tuesday at 7. And I'm gonna just have different people in here to talk with, and you can message me at any time during the week just to like if you have certain questions that you want to ask or topics that you'd like covered, just reach out and we'll be sure to do that. And thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thank you.